The llama's blood could be called a secret weapon against COVID-19. Researchers in Belgium found that special particles in llama blood could help to provide new treatments for virus infections. And why is that? Well, they went after the piece of the virus called the spike protein, or the S2 unit, which helps the virus infect cells and mutates very readily. Llamas produce antibodies that are much smaller than the ones we find in human beings. Now, just to explain, antibodies are little proteins in your blood that are there to protect you, and they attach to things like viruses, bacteria, and in some cases where there's autoimmunity, these antibodies attach to proteins that belong to you, like heart valves or like muscle. But here, these small antibodies from the llama can squeeze into hard-to-reach spots on the COVID-19 virus. When this little llama antibody fixes itself on the COVID-19 virus, the S2 protein specifically, which is basically a spike protein, it prevents it from changing shape and from further infecting human cells. When the antibody was looked at, it was stable and essential across variants of the virus protein. While most of the COVID-infected people are in the rearview mirror right now, it is still dangerous for those with immune deficiencies, cancer-treated people, and other lesser-known genetic defects which may not be apparent until you get infected. Last year, believe it or not, there were 47,000 COVID-related deaths in the USA, and 200 of the people that died were children. So it's still a serious matter, even though most of us take it for granted now and say, oh, it's a non-lethal variant and we can get along with it. It feels like a mild cold. But believe me, those of you who get very, very sick and wind up in the hospital or perhaps even in intensive care, these variants can be as deadly as the original Delta variant at the beginning of the pandemic. If you believe monoclonal antibodies were the answer, which they were to some people, it is apparent that they become ineffective over time when the virus changes its shape and when it changes its character.